Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And a lot of you have emailed me already. A lot of you have been waiting for this video. I've been responding to several emails. I've been receiving other emails from my contacts. And this kind of hit the industry in shockwaves that T-Mobile was announcing another carrier so soon on the 16th. And a lot of people have been questioning, what could this move be, this next UnCarrier move? Could it be something revolutionary again? Would it be something that people have mixed feelings about? Or could this really be a big hit in the industry that would again force people to leave Verizon and or AT&T at this point in time? Now, a lot of people have sent me, they were listening on other podcasts and they've sent me, unlimited hotspots with higher priority, plan changes and such. And just keep in mind that as of August 2nd, T-Mobile, and this leaked out a while back already, that T-Mobile would complete the finalization of the branding of the merger. So as of August 2nd, the Sprint brand would no longer exist, and then T-Mobile would take over. At this point in time, I can guarantee you guys there's not enough Band 41 rolled out to offer an unlimited hotspot plan. That would effectively kill the network because people would switch to the plan and take advantage of that. They would cut off, if the connection is strong enough in some areas, people would immediately cancel their home broadband internet and just use the hotspot. So I think that's out of the question for now. I think that could come at a later time when they have a higher percentage of Band 41 availability within markets. But as of now, I just don't think that's a option. And based on the fact that they don't have their home internet rolled out on a larger scale is evidence of that they can handle it in some markets. And they said they need a connection speed of at least 50 megabits per second on average. And that is hard for T-Mobile right now to achieve just about anywhere. And right now they're almost close to getting even a bigger load of Sprint customers onto the network per the migration. So that's going to be out of question. Now, new price points and price plans and price features and plan features, I think that's an option. And the reason I say that is because T-Mobile still has to migrate the Sprint customer. And what I mean by that, the Sprint customer is able to stay on their plan, price, and features. But that's not necessarily in T-Mobile's favor because they want to have everybody under that one billing system. They don't want to have to operate two billing systems anytime there's an issue, apparently, with any of the Sprint features like the Tidal or the Hulu and such. T-Mobile really can't, they can't technically support any of those features anymore because that's on Sprint's site. Now, do they in the future add them to their plan? Who knows? That's a lot of money. People are already speculating. I've said it before, not officially, but I told you guys that taxes and fees is potentially going away. And then people are already speculating that Netflix is done. Netflix on Us is done. It's just that's very costly for T-Mobile to continue running both of those programs. It's just very expensive. And in certain markets, taxes cost more, maybe in California, Texas, New York, and other states too, than some other states. So it's just a very costly feature that T-Mobile added. So again, under John Legere, this was a different company, but now Mike Sievert's running it. He's having to listening in on the board members, the investors, the parent company, Deutsche Telekom. He's having everybody in his ear. So he can't just freely roam around like John did back then. I think personally, this is just my opinion, I think John implemented a lot of things on the UnCarrier that the board members and investors necessarily didn't like, but it just worked for the company. So they kind of just let it go. They kind of just let him do his own thing. And he probably didn't need the employment or the job at that time anyway. So they probably feared him leaving the company much sooner and getting it to what it is today. So they kind of just let him do his thing. But at this point in time, T-Mobile is now much bigger with much more revenue and more customers that if Mike Seaver doesn't cut it, I think they probably could just say, hey, look, we're going to look for another CEO. And I think that's kind of like where this is heading. And that's that's what people have been telling me is, are they shifting from the UnCarrier? Not per marketing. I think they still call it the UnCarrier, but I think they start implementing a lot of carrier movement. Removing the taxes and fees, that would be a carrier move. The price plans, that's an interesting one. What I was told is that T-Mobile is trying to implement and this is unconfirmed, they're trying to implement a pricing and plan feature that would allow them to have an entry price point of 4 lines for $80. So that's undercutting some of the prepaid price plans by $20. So that's why it's getting kind of tricky with how you do that, because you don't want to undercut your own competition. So Metro by T-Mobile would be T-Mobile's prepaid plan, and you don't really want to undercut the competition. But 4 lines for $80, I think that would be very attractive to get foot traffic in the door. Do people necessarily want to end up with that plan? Probably not, because it's probably very low on the priority scale. So once you switch from the higher end plan to the lower end plan, you're restricted in a lot of ways. You're always deprioritized, so you're having a much lesser network experience. Your streaming experience is not going to be that great. You just take a back seat for everything on the lower end plans. And it's like that with every carrier. It's like that with AT&T on their starter, and it's like that especially with Verizon and their network management. So it's all on a lower level scale for the foreseeable future. So do they really want to implement that lower end price point? Maybe, but the sales reps are going to be left with the task to upsell that customer. I don't think the customer is going to want to get into that plan because of the lesser experience that they will experience over time with that plan, and it could cause a dissatisfactory, and then they would call in and be told that that is the case, and they would need to upgrade to a higher plan to have a better experience. So that's a very risky move as well, to implement that type of price point and on the plan that people would switch over just to find out that they're getting a lesser experience network wise. So there's just a lot of things happening. A lot of these plans are really geared for the network integration that they potentially have for the future, such as the unlimited hotspot, expanding the home broadband, and then just having an all-around larger network. That really comes with the full integration of the N41. But again, there's several different ways you got to look at it. Okay, do they leave some of the band 41 on LTE? Perhaps that could be the case. Maybe they have a large spectrum portfolio in some areas more than others, where they can leave 20 megahertz on LTE. In some areas, if they move it all to N41, that means in order for you as a consumer to experience the capacity, you have to move from a LTE device to a 5G device. So there's several different points that they have to push out to the consumer to get them into that experience that they're talking about, the 450 megabits per second on average. All the goodies, all that good stuff they've been talking about, it's not happening on LTE if they're moving all of that spectrum to the NR deployment. That means the iPhone 11 Pro Max you just potentially paid $1,200-$1,300 for, it's a dud. It's no go. It's a no go. If you're wanting to experience that network, you're gonna have to upgrade that device. And there's still many consumers out there that are with on mid-range devices. They're on older phones that aren't even taking advantage of the LTE advanced capabilities we have today on the networks. So there's just a lot more to it than some people are willing to admit. It's not gonna go smooth as some people say. AT&T now is still dealing with that. They have, I think, 40 million customers on their network that are still HSPA only to this day, 2020. So just think about that. 40 million, might be more. The last time I can remember, that was the case. So just keep all of that in mind for the network, and then we'll see what happens. So we're close. It's almost Thursday, and I'll definitely make a video letting you guys know what the deal is on that UnCarrier move. And you guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below when the next video comes. But for now, just leave all your comments, what you guys think this could be. Is this another service move? Could this be network related? We don't know. So Let me know in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you are notified when I upload content. Make sure to follow my Twitter as well. I do post the videos on there, so make sure you push notifications on both platforms so you are notified when the videos are uploaded. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.